Brought to you straight from the Koffler Studio at Bryant University, this is the Bryant News Broadcast, hosted by Mike Cronin and Sarah Larrabee, featuring Nolan Thompson with the weather, Brian Walsh and Chad Sabo with sports, and Teresa Navarra and Courtney Vetter with the Bryant Update. This episode is sponsored by the Media Production Club.
Well, students asked and the administration answered. Campus-wide Make It Better forums were held this week to give students a chance to express their wishes for a better Bryant in the next decade.
Topics of gender, race, and sexuality were discussed as they pertain to our community and beyond. These events brought together the student body in an attempt to call attention to the major issues on campus and look for solutions for a better future.
And with that, welcome to the Bryant News Broadcast. I'm Mike Cronin.
And I'm Sarah Larrabee. Good news coming out of the capital city today as the Providence Journal reports that there will be enough beds in all shelters for all the homeless. Activists and local supporters have raised an estimated $175,000 to purchase 130 new beds for all shelters in the state. With the cold winter weather we have had thus far, this is great news for the rising population of people living on the streets. Additional grants are currently seeking approval that would provide other expenses such as bus tickets for the homeless.
Well, a deadly earthquake struck New Zealand on Tuesday, killing at least 75 people. The 6.3 magnitude quake hit Christchurch on New Zealand's South Island and crippled buildings, killed many people, and left many more trapped under concrete. President Obama has sent aid to New Zealand, as has many other countries. With hundreds more still missing, rescue teams are working frantically to find survivors.
Mike, this is a terrible tragedy in New Zealand. I heard about it, breaking news. We've seen a lot of earthquakes in the past year. It's just, how do you recover from something like this? It's
really awful, and for a country that size, it's a small country, small population, but still, the effects are just devastating to them, and it's nice to see that there is aid coming from other countries, USA being one of them.
There's a bunch of Bryant students that study abroad in New Zealand every semester, so hopefully they're safe, and I'm sure word will come back from them to their families and friends that they're okay.
Sure.
So, here's Nolan with a look at our weather.
Thanks, Sarah. Well, taking a look at the radar, you can see that right now we're in the clear, and that's going to be the case for the next 2 days looking at the future forecast. You can see sunshine will hang around till Thursday. There's a pretty big chance of rain on Friday, Saturday, sunshine, but there's a slight chance of snow both Sunday and Monday. The rain returns on Tuesday, and on the high note at least, temperatures will be in the higher 30s to mid 40s. Well, that's your weather this week. Now over to Chad and Brian with sports.
In girls swimming, for the second straight year, sophomore sensation Casey Ostrander took home the Northeast Conference Swimmer of the Year honors as the 2011 Northeast Conference Swimming Coach of the Year, Katie Cameron, led the Bryant University women's swim team to an outstanding finish at the league's championship Saturday evening at MIT. Six-year head coach Cameron was tagged with Coach of the Year honors after her team registered 5 first-place finishes and 3 meet records. Bryant has set 17 new school records. Ostrander won gold in the 50 freestyle and set the new NEC records in the 100 back and the 200-yard backstroke. Molly Smith also set the school record for the 200-yard breaststroke on the final day.
The Big Apple has become the new hotspot for star NBA players to land. First it was Stoudemire, now Carmelo Anthony has come to the Big Apple. The Nuggets finalized a deal bringing Melo, Chauncey Billups, and 2 other players to the Knicks. Most Knicks fans think this is a great deal, but in my opinion, this deal could go either way. The Knicks gave up pieces they put around Stoudemire, $3 million and 3 draft picks. If the Knicks can bring in more superstars like Chris Paul and Mehmet Okur, then the Carmelo trade will have worked out for the better. If they can't, they're a lessened version of the Miami Heat. The Knicks may lose in the second round this year, but they are on the right track to rebuilding a winning tradition in New York. Football is the most popular sport in America by far. It's the largest grossing sports industry, and we may possibly not see it next year. If a CBA agreement is not reached by March 3rd, it may never get done. Chad, do you think we'll be seeing Brady and the Patriots suit up next season?
Well, I believe the NFL is more watched than the NBA and the NHL. So what do you think? I mean, it's the most watched sports championship. So what do you think's leading to this?
Well, what's leading to this is the fact that the players, they want more money, Chad. They want more money, they want better healthcare benefits, and the owners just want an 18-game season. They do not want to give them that. What I think is the owners eventually will come in, they'll give the players their more money, and they'll get better healthcare benefits, but at the same time, there's also going to be that 18-game season.
Despite the fact that they're taking away 2 preseason games to make it an 18-game schedule, I don't see that happening. I think it's going to be a 16-game schedule. I actually think in the end they're going to give the players more money. I think the health benefits will stay the same, but I think the rookie wage calorie cap is going to stay the same.
Chad, you're right with the rookie wage cap, and overall, I personally think that by the end, when it's all said and done, the day before the draft is when we will see the CBA agreement. Chad, what do you think?
I believe that between 1 to 2 months before the actual regular season starts, that's when we'll see an agreement taking place.
A valid point, Chad. Vikings for Super Bowl in 2012. Back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Brian and Chad. Well, thousands showed up at the State House in Boston on Tuesday to support the Wisconsin teachers and other union members. Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker is trying to fix the state's budget by increasing their contributions to pension and health care coverage while limiting collective bargaining rules and tie raises to inflation. The showing in Boston is one of the many displays of support happening around the country.
For the 4th year in a row, a new bill against racial profiling has been proposed. State Representative Grace Diaz hopes to reduce profiling by establishing stricter rules for police during traffic stops. Some rules of the bill would include requiring police to put in writing the reasons for conducting a search during a regular traffic stop, and also limiting the questioning of passengers unless there are suspicions of illegal activity. More and more cases of racial discrimination during traffic stops have been filed recently, and this bill would hopefully make enforcing the law equal for all citizens. Now we turn it over to Teresa and Courtney with this week's Bryant Update.
For Bryant students, the housing process will no longer be synonymous with standing in a long line in the lobby of Hall 15. This year, as a response to student feedback, Bryant's housing selection process will be completely digital. Similar to years past, students will be ranked based on their SRN numbers. However, instead of the pressure of selecting a lottery number, it will be randomly computer generated. The process is really quite simple. Once you form your group for next year, carefully select a leader who, at your designated time, will select your new location in the online housing portal and enroll each student into their room. Residence Life compares the whole process to the current way which we select classes and anticipates this will not only speed up the process, but be more convenient for students. For more information, visit ResLife in Hall 6 or go to www.bryant.edu/reslife.
Get ready, get set, get fit. Bryant students, faculty, and staff members have joined the statewide Shape Up Challenge to compete for a healthier lifestyle. Shape Up Rhode Island is a 12-week program where teams of 5 to 11 members compete over a variety of healthier lifestyle challenges, such as weight loss and fruit and vegetable intake. This is an excellent opportunity to improve your health while having fun with your friends. It's free and easy to register at shapeupri.org, and the deadline is not until February 28th, so get out there and shape up Bryant. Speaking of shaping up, looks like the celebrities are getting ready for Oscar night on Sunday.
So is Brian apparently. Did you hear that the communications department...
I messed up. Just start right from the band.
Start right from the banter.
From the banter.
God, Sarah, bingo. I'm sorry, let's go.
Now?
Yeah.
Speaking of shaping up, the celebrities have to shape up for the Oscars this Sunday night.
Yeah, and apparently Bryant does too. Did you hear that the Communications Department and the Communications Society have teamed up to host their own Oscars on Sunday night?
No, tell me more.
Well, apparently you can dress up, but you don't have to. I was thinking of putting on a gown. I don't know about you.
I've seen you. You're pretty good looking in a gown.
Pretty good looking normally, Courtney.
Not as much as me, but it's okay.
Whatever.
It's hard.
Moving on. So apparently we're going to have awards that the Comm Society is going to give out. There's going to be impromptu interviews, and basically we're just going to be trying to guess who's going to win the Oscars, that kind of thing.
This is Sunday night?
Sunday night at 7:30.
Where is it?
It's in the Bryant Center.
Oh, that's going to be a really fun event. Kind of like Extravaganza that's coming up this Friday.
I've never gone. Have you been there before?
Never, but one of my dear friends is a model, so I cannot wait to watch him walk the catwalk with his fellow students.
Awesome. Well, there's definitely a lot going on campus. Back to you, Mike and Sarah.
Thank you, Teresa and Courtney. Well, that's going to do it for us here in the Bryant News Broadcast. I'm Mike Cronin.
And I'm Sarah Larrabee. Make sure to watch every week as we bring you more on the things that you want to know. Have a great day.